Alright, what's going on everybody? Patch 7.16 is out, and it's another patch notes video. Some of you guys last time said in comments you would like to see more of these. I'm more than happy to make more of this. I mean, I'm gonna go through patch notes anyway, so I might as well just make a video about it. So let's get into it. What do we got this time? What do we got this time? So the first is Caitlyn. Q deals less damage to targets beyond the first. In other words, if he shoots the first target, whoever is behind that target is gonna do a little bit less damage now. It used to be 67, now it's 50 to enemies beyond the first. And we base damage decreased at 30 ranks and the ratio reduced. So we use the trap, ratio, damage reduced. So Caitlyn got a little bit nerfed. And I believe that's good news, because I don't play Caitlyn. Let's see next, Fiora. Duelist stance bonus. Movement speed increased at later ranks of Grand Challenge. So the passive movement speed, later ranks, got boosted a little bit. I guess it's a good buff for Fiora. Bad news for us, obviously, whoever plays against Fiora. And remember guys, last patch notes, the wall of Kane bug fixes. We got some more here. More bug fixes, that's the comment. So the passive, W, and ultimate got some bug fixes here. I'm not really gonna go into that because it's not, I don't think it's that game breaking here. Next is Maoki, slapping toss damage down at 30 ranks. So that's, I think those are this minions this guy draws. So the early ranks do less damage. Maoki got a little bit nerfed. Next is Sion. W grants more health for killing small units. And the ultimate R max damage increased. So whenever Sion does W now against minions, he will be healed a little bit more. And we all know the R ultimate, the train running ability. The minimum damage stays the same, but the maximum damage is pretty good boost in my opinion. Like every rank. First rank is 100, second rank 200 damage, and the last one is 300 damage, so that's... If you look at the numbers, it's like a pretty... It looks strong. I don't know how it's gonna be in the game, but there's also a bug fix. Sion is now properly immune to Lulu's W polymorph turning unstoppable onslaught. So Lulu can't... I didn't even know about this. Lulu can't polymorph while he's using the ultimate. I mean, that's ridiculous. I didn't even know about that. But let's move on. Our cooldown decreased, E attack can't be cancelled. So apparently E used to be cancelled after V begins winding up. Oh, I didn't know about that either. And ultimate cooldown reduced, so we got buffed. I mean, the early first rank is pretty good. 20 seconds, less cooldown. And there's another bug fix. V once again ends up a short distance behind her target. And that's for the ultimate then. When he uses the ultimate, he will end up short distance behind that target. And there's some one-hit interactions with wards for the next champions. So Aatrox's W third hit effects no longer proc against wards. W's third hit. So what do we got? Bloodthirst, Blood Price. On hit effects no longer proc against wards. I believe it was because the heal. Yeah, it's a heal and price tags Bloodwell. So pretty much what they're trying to say is wards don't bleed. You can't heal by hitting wards. And similar things to Chuck's, R's ultimate third attack effects no longer procs against wards. Same with Chase, transform on hit effect no longer procs against wards. So yeah, I think that's a good thing. I mean, you can't like boost yourself up against wards and then switch to the enemy champion with full power, full stacks or whatever you got. Same with Riven, passive stacks no longer proc against wards. And yeah, next is mid lane worlds balance. So I guess what they're saying, trying to say here is worlds, championships or whatever are pretty close now. And they try to do final fixes, especially for mid champions. So the next is Cassiopeia. Mana per level increased. E base damage down. AP ratio increased. So the base mana that you start with is 41 lower now than it used to be. And mana growth start. By my understanding, it's like each level you level up, you get more mana. And the E Twink Fang. Damage versus poison targets. So the E base down, damage down. But the AP ratio increased. So the base damage got a little bit down. Actually, the first one is up, I see. 15, I don't know if it's a mistake or not. 40 same, 64 went down, 90 down, and the last one is down. So basically 3 last ranks went down. But the base damage went up a little bit, so yeah. Next is Corki. Base attack damage decreased, so Corki got nerfed. Fizz E cooldown decreased. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna start banning Fizz now. It's only 2 seconds first rank. And the last rank is the same that it used to be. But yeah, Fizz got a little bit buffed. Galio ultimate cooldown increased at early ranks. And the ultimate on ally damage reduction reduced at later ranks. So the early ranks cooldown is increased. First rank is 20 seconds increased. And the ally damage reduction, so basically pretty good nerf for Galio's ultimate. I mean, the last point used to be 40%, now it's 10% damage reduction. Nerf for Kali or LeBlanc. Q damage against minions decreased. So yeah, what they're trying to say here is that LeBlanc used to clear minions too fast, and which gave her the ability to roam on other lanes. So 20% damage reduction against minions. I don't know if it's a nerf, but yeah, it will keep LeBlanc a little bit longer on lane, so we'll see. Next is Orianna. W base damage decreased, buffer range with Q decreased, E shield decreased. Well, I don't know. I'm playing Seraph all the time, and I don't know. I never really had against Orianna that hard of a time, but by the looks of it, it's a pretty good nerfs for Orianna. So W command base damage decreased on all ranks. It's like 10 only. It's not that big of a deal. And the buffer cast range when the ball is moving from Q command, attack Q up a command. Dissonance casts will fire at Q's target location once the ball is 270 down to 75 units away from Q's target location. Command distance won't fire at widely misleading distance away from the ball. So I believe it's that. Actually, I never played Orianna before. Maybe one time. When she puts that W down, the ball down, she can like redirect that to the other place. So what they're trying to say is you can't move that ball too far away anymore, if that makes sense. It used to be 275 and 75 units away from Q's target location. Let's move on, we're getting too complicated here. E command protect, so that's the shield she used to have. It's 20 damage per every rank. And the game breaking bug. E damage is unchanged, so the 75% figure written in the tooltip is incorrect. Trust the actual damage values listed. Let's move on. So let's make it simple. Orianna got nerfed. Move on. Syndra. Q AP ratio reduced, E AP ratio increased. So the Q got nerfed. The orbs used to launch all the time, and the E ratio got increased. So the E is the stun. So the ratio is basically like how much ability power bonus the ability gets. So the Q damage will go down, stun damage will go up. I say it's nerf for Syndra. You can actually argue, I don't know, sometimes the stun damage is good. Sometimes the only thing she does is stun and use the ultimate, so it might be even a buff. Depends how you look at it. So let's move on. Talia Q mana ghost increased. So that's pretty straightforward. Mana cost increased. So that's it for the champions. Let's look at items. Ancient coin line, it's that support item. Mana ghost, mana coins restore less mana. Mana coins used to reward 50% missing mana, now it's 10%. It's that item that drops gold and mana coins to the ground when you kill minions, champions. A little bit nerfed. So the jungler item, enchantment. It stays the same, only it will cost a little bit more. 75 gold more. And that's it. Duskblade of Traktar. Just call it a Duskblade. I believe these are some visual effects. And nothing that important. But now they're adding vision ping into the game. And the thing is, you have to keybind it manually because it's not added to any keybind. So basically, when you think there is a, or know there is a ward somewhere, so you can warn your allies, your team, that there's a ward, so they know. So the next is skin splash portraits. That's actually pretty cool. You know, now the small circle you see down left, now every skin is affected. Every champion, every skin will have different portrait. So that's pretty cool. And that's pretty much it, guys. Spectator indicator cleanup. That's only for spectator modes. They're gonna just make it a little bit, or remove some of the less important stuff. And the champion select. Now when you select your champion, you can immediately switch or pick your skin. And the free to play champion rotation. Free to play champion will always be 10% of the current champion roster. So that means today it's 14 champions. Used to be 10 champions. So, and we got new rotating gaming mode. All random ultra rapid fire. I haven't even played this before. And some of the changes they made to this mode. Next is bug fixes that I'm not really gonna go into that much, because they're not that game breaking. They will take a lot of time. And lastly, it's upcoming skins. CX Brand, Malzahar, Kyle. What the hell? Like, what the hell? All made champions, and you know what I'm adding, pointing to? Ah, forget it. We're never gonna get the skin, guys, ever. So yeah, Lancer, Zero Hecarim is gonna get some skin. Corki and Blitzcrank Chroma skins. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys like these kinds of videos. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time.